Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us. This is Yoel Kortick, Senior Librarian at Ex Libris, and today we're going to be discussing one particular cloud app, the Refine Cloud App, and we're going to be talking about using the Refine Cloud App with Service GND. Before we begin talking about the Alma Refine Cloud App for GND, let's just step back a minute. The Cloud Apps, a new feature in Alma. On our developers network, you just go to developers, Ex Libris group, and com. There's a link directly to the App Center. There's also an announcement here about the Cloud Apps. If we go into the App Center, we'll see a very wide variety of ever-growing new cloud apps. And we're going to be discussing today the Alma Refine Cloud App right here. And we're going to be discussing a very specific aspect of it, which is using the Refine service for GND. With several blogs about the cloud apps, how to install and use the Alma Refine Cloud App is one that describes installing and using this cloud app. Very simple procedure to install and use the cloud apps. If you come to our developers Ex Libris group com developers network and go into the blog, I'm clicking here on the blog, and you just search, for example, for cloud app or cloud apps, you'll find several blogs about them, announcing the cloud apps, how to install certain ones, how to use certain ones, and of course a tag about the cloud apps. So let's jump right in and go directly to how to use the Alma Refine Cloud App for the service GND. And we'll see exactly what it is. We're going to follow the steps as explained here in this blog. So again, you can find this on your own. Come to developers Ex Libris group com, click share blog, and just search for cloud apps. Now it's the first one, but if you come later, it might not be listed first. You can just type cloud app or cloud apps and you'll have all about them. And you can also go right to the tag. So again, let's go right through the steps in the blog and see how this works. So first of all, we added a new feature to the cloud app of the Alma Refine. It's been there for a while. And then a new feature came along to add an additional service for GND. It was submitted and it was implemented. And that's what we're going to take a look at today. So let's take a look at what it's going to do just before we actually install the cloud app. So I've got some records here. For example, Memoirs of a Computer Pioneer by Maurice Wilkes with an introductory essay by Elia Zafrani. And it has two subjects here, both of which relate to GND, Second Indicator 7, meaning the vocabulary is coming from subfield 2, GND. And we're going to want to refine that. We'll talk about what it means to refine that. And we have another example here which will be using myths of security, what the computer security industry doesn't want you to know. And same thing here, we've got a 650 Second Indicator 7 with the GND. So let's install the cloud app. Here I am in Alma, and on the top right here I have the App Center. So I'm going to click on that. Right now I have two apps installed. Three apps installed, two suggested for this page, and I'm going to install now the Alma Refine. So I'll go over to the available apps, and I can either scroll through, or here it is right on top, suggested for this page. All I need to do is click it and click install. No need, it's already installed. No need to enter an API key, no need to get some kind of special permission, no need to make sure I have something special on my PC. All I need to do is have Alma open, click on the cloud app icon, find it, and install it. So the Alma Refine works in several different ways. It can work on a set, as you see here. It can work on displayed records, and it can also work on selected records when there are several records already open, we can then go say on which records do we want to work. Now, we don't need to go configure it. It's set to work on the 100 subfield A, but I want it to work on the 650 second indicator 7 with a subfield 2 GND. Therefore, I will do some configuration on it. So I've got my 3 dots here, which brings me to the configuration icon. And now I want to, these are the 4 options which it can work on, the 4 vocabularies which it can work with. And I want to define now for GND. So I'll click the GND, and it tells me the name, it tells me the URL it's using, it tells me the prefix. I don't want to change any of that. Here, it's already filled in. I don't even need to do anything. But I'm going to get rid of that and add just so we can see how it goes. Let's say now I want to add the 650. So I'm going to click Add Field, 650. I want it to work on subfield A, on the indexes, and in subfield 2, I want the GND and enter. So now it's going to work on the 100 subfield A with no restriction of what's in subfield 2, and it's going to work on the 650 subfield A as long as in subfield 2 we've got GND. And then I could add more fields if so desired. But I think we're all set on that. Now I'll scroll back up, go back, save, discard, unchanged saves. No, I don't want to discard my unchanged saves. I'll click Save down here. Nice that he warned me. Save. Okay, everything's saved. Remember to click Save, but as we see, even if we forget, we get a friendly warning. Back. Now I'm ready to go. Now, as far as the app goes, as you see, it's kind of covering part of the screen here. But if I click here to pin it, the picture of the thumbtack, that pins it. Oh, now we got rid of it altogether. I double-clicked. If I take the Alma Refine, I click the pin. Now everything has readjusted automatically. Now it's not covering part of the screen here. I'm going to unpin it just so we can compare. You can see now I don't see the whole screen. I see just part of the first icon. I see up to remove selected. I only see part of that. I click pin, and the whole screen readjusts according to having the app list next to me. So right now, I have the option to work on the displayed records here. These are records which I might have by viewing the members of a set or by doing a search. I could say here I want selected records and then check which one I want. Maybe I only want the memoirs of a computer pioneer. Or I could work on a whole set. If I click Set, now I can select a set simply by typing. For example, I know I have a set named EZ. If I type E, I get every set that has E in it. And EZ, here we are. Every set that has EZ in it, Venezia has EZ, Creator EZ has EZ, and EZ, and I can work on just that set. But let's work one at a time. Let's take this Memoirs of a Computer Pioneer and the Myths of Security, which are already on my screen, and we'll say we're going to work on the displayed records. And then we'll say which refined service do we want to work on. We're going to work on GND. And we're going to begin refining. So now for each record, it's showing the MMS ID, the title, and my options for refining the fields. Now, obviously, when everything is squeezed into this right side small pane, it's not very readable. However, clicking these arrows pointing outwards, I can expand the whole app. There we go. And now I can read very well. So as you remember, when we went into the configuration settings, we had the 100 field and the 650 field as an option to refine. So now I can refine them. These are the fields that were in the record. And I can refine on those fields, which is what I'm going to do. What we also see here, a related field is doing a lookup, but I'm going to do it just on these 650s that I have. And I'm not going to do the 100s for now. I'm just going to do the 650s that have the subfield 2 GND. Now I'm going to click Save, and it's going to update those records. I'm going to click Save. We all saw previously, all it had was the 657 successfully updated 2 records. We saw before that it did not have a subfield 0 in the 650 second indicator 7. I'm going to now minimize more this Cloud app, clicking those arrows going in. Now if I look at these records, let's take a look. We'll see what's happened. Now these fields have been added. If I take these fields, this will bring me directly to the GND for that subject heading. There we are. Right here and right here. Engineering, data management, etc., etc. I'll take this one now, pop into the URL, and let that load. And there we are, engineering data management, directly from the Deutsche National Bibliothek. Now, let's look at the next one as well, confirm that it also was updated. And sure enough, it really was updated. And I'm going to go to Edit to show that it really was updated right now. If I say Tools, View Versions, external process, uploaded it, we know that. File, Reload Original. Okay, so now here we see the 657 with the subfield 0. I'm going to say Tools, View Versions, and I'm going to restore what was there before. Restore. So now I don't have the subfield 0 because I want to rerun it in a different way for explanatory purposes. So now we've loaded, we've returned the myths of security. We've returned it back to the way it was. And now we're going to do the same for Memoirs of a Computer Pioneer. And we see the subfield 0. I'll just get rid of those manually now. And save. So now both of my sample records do not have the subfield 0. The Memoirs of a Computer Pioneer does not have a subfield 0 here in the 650 second indicator 7 subfield 2 GND, and we'll save that one. And same thing with our other example, cloud computing, etc., etc. Cloud computing GND, we'll save this one. We can use that as an example as well. And the myths of security, also we removed the subfield 0 from the 650 second indicator 7, subfield 2 GND. I'm going to release these. Now, just by chance, I happen to have a set. I'm going to close this for a moment so we've got full screen. I've got a set, admin, manage sets, all sets, called EZ, with those 2 records. Now, instead of doing a search and working on what's on the screen, I'm going to work directly on the set. So again, we're going to open the app, Cloud App Center, clicked it. Here's my Alma Refine, which we installed just a short while ago. Now I'm going to say I want to work on a set. I'm going to select the set. And I'm going to choose GND, begin refining. And just like we did before, we'll make this a little larger. And we'll select our refinement. And save. Successfully updated 2 records. Make this smaller again. We can even close it. And now if we look at these, we'll see again that the subfield 0 has been added. So the first time we did it by having on the screen the records and then running the Alma Refine on it. And the second time we retrieved a set and then made the changes. Here's the changes to the second record. So thank you very much for joining us, and we hope you'll enjoy using the cloud apps. Have a nice day.